Hello everybody, this is Shockfactor 22 here with part number trace of my NHL team reviews, and this one coming up next has a has a record of 26 wins, 22 losses, and 6 losses in overtime, and their roster consists of Braden Coburn, Sean Couturier, Steve Downey, Ray Emery, Hal Gill, Nicholas Grossman, Eric Gustafsson, Adam Hall, Scotty Hartnell, Vincent LeCavalier, Steve Mason, Andre Mazzaros, Chris Pronger, Michael Raffle, Matt Reed, Zach Rinaldo, Jay Rosehill, Braden Shen, Luke Shen, Wayne Simmons, Mark Straight, Kimmo Timonen, Chris Vandevelde, and Jacob Voracek. And the team I am referring to, and Claude Giroux. And this team is known, my hometown team, the Philadelphia Flyers. What do I think of this team without being biased? Team has potential, execution's poor. You have a lot of guys, a lot of heavy hitters on here. Coburn's a heavy hitter. Downey's always an aggressive player. Raffle has shown essence of aggression. Kimmo Timonen's always smash mouth. Wayne Simmons is a great fighter. Scotty Hartnell's a great fighter. Vincent LeCavalier always up in your face. But then you have guys on here like Chris Vandevelde, Hal Gill, Andre Mazzaros. Ugh. They're not bad players per se, but they're not the promising team that's necessary to win a cup. You have a lot of guys on the Flyers who are young. Like, the only guy, well, I'll name the people that have broke 30. Ray Emery is 31. Adam Hall is 33. Scott Hartnell is 31. Vincent LeCavalier is 33. Chris Pronger is 39. And Mark Straight is 36. Oh, and Kimmo Timonen is 38. So you have a lot of guys on here that are well and above the age bracket, especially Timonen and Pronger, who are both almost in their 40s. So you have a lot of guys that are a little older and not as fresh to be playing. And then you have someone like Vincent LeCavalier, who, despite being promising, ever since his concussion, has not been the same player that he used to be. To compare him, he was a Lindros that actually won games. LeCavalier, from just looking at this roster, I can see a couple names missing that I really would have wanted to see, which are Knubel, Gagne, and Briere. Those three added onto the Flyers would have been a great combination, but we'll get to Montreal in a minute, or later down the road. Do I see the Flyers making the playoffs? Possibly, but they're not going to be a 4th, 5th, or 6th seed that they were in the earlier days of the Flyers. Do I see Claude Giroux being the name of this team for quite some time? Yes. Claude Giroux he's 26. I give him until he's about 30 of him being a captain for the Flyers, and I think after that, he's probably going to drop off the map. Again, sorry if you see that I'm talking with my hair, guys. I'm just trying to look pretty for the cameras, as they say. But do I see the Flyers being the Broad Street Bullies? No. Getting into the complaints. This team does not finish checks. And I know that there's times where you shouldn't hit the guy, but there are times where you do. One of the things that I've seen the Flyers do, and they did this quite a bit during the Devils game that I went to, mainly with Yager. Yager's coming up the ice. Straight and Shen are right in front of him. Now, what they can do is one of them can step forward and go after Pronger or not Pronger, Yager, while the other one stays back, so in case Yager gets past the guy, Yager can't fully make a shot. What happened was, what happened was they stayed there and Yager scored. This team needs to be more defensive. While being aggressive and finishing the hits, they need to play defense. And Giroux is talented, but somebody needs to tell him, you cannot out-deke 3 to 4 guys in one shot. It's not possible. If you got 2 defenders on you and you got an opening, pass it to Hartnell or pass it to Simmons or anyone else on the ice. If I was to score this team at a 5, it'd be a 3.5. The Flyers, while being a aggressive team or being a young and talented team, they're not playing as aggressive as they should. They're not finishing their checks, and they're not playing defense, which to people in the NHL can be a fatal flaw. I mean, look at the Flyers of 1997. We had Lindros. Lindros was our big guy. It was Lindros, Leclerc, and Recchi. Sorry about that. Computer went kind of into sleep mode. And when we played the Red Wings, I believe it was 97 or 96, we couldn't beat them. And it was because our defense was bad. And a goaltender can't stop all the players. That's why someone like Mason, who is talented, is not getting the wins that he shouldn't be getting. He should be getting a lot more wins than this. But because Timonen is not... Timonen's 38. And they put him on a line with Braden Coburn, who is 28. So these two guys, 38 and 28 years old, neither of them steps up, and neither of the two fully challenges the offensive line. They just skate back and hope the guy comes up the middle. That's not going to win games, especially when people are screening. You need to play a little more aggressive. Giroux cannot be the only guy to save this team. This is a team game. Giroux cannot do everything by himself, and Greg Berube needs to get that in Giroux's head, that Giroux, while being the captain, is not the star. He is not the one-man show that Crosby, is. But then again, unlike Crosby, Giroux, doesn't whine, and Crosby normally does put himself above the team. I think Giroux does at times put himself above the team, but Giroux also can be a good team worker. We saw what happened during the 2011 season. I mean, yeah, we lost to, I believe we were swept by Boston, I think. I can't, honestly, no, it was 2011, I think, no, 2012, I think was, 2012 was the Devils. Because 2010, we went to the finals. 2011 we got swept, and then 2012 we lost to the Devils in the playoff game. I believe. Don't count me on that. But we saw Giroux worked really well. He's a good pass rusher. He's a good offensive player. But yeah, guys, I don't want to drag this out too long because people will start to think that I'm just being a fanboy. Flyers get a 3.5. Again, complaints: need to finish checks a lot more often, need to play more defensive, and they need to start relying on Giroux. But again, I see them making the playoffs, and that's unbiased. So you guys, this has been Shockfactor 22. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up the video down below. Tell me what you guys think of Flyers, or if you are just coming from the Edmonton Oilers or Boston Bruins videos, go to those videos and tell me what you think of those, of what I have for those, and what you guys would put as your ratings, and what your complaints are for the teams. So yeah, guys, this has been Shockfactor 22, and I will see you guys later. Peace.